Now, moving on, still continuing with Open Exchange West Africa. According to Konga CEO Shagaya, Valentine's Day in Nigeria is second to Christmas. Now, CNBC Africa's Uwana Ekpat has details in the next report.
Nigeria's presidential polls had been set for February the 14th, meaning that most people would have had to spend this Saturday's Valentine's Day at polling booths or at the confines of their homes. With elections now set for 28th of March, how prepared are Nigerians for this year's Valentine's Day?
It wouldn't affect my plans because if the elections took place as it was, I wouldn't have even gone out earlier than 7 p.m. So with or without the elections, it doesn't make much of a difference to me. So I'm still going to go out around probably 8, 9 and just have some fun and get back home.
Apparently, I'm indifferent about Valentine's, but okay, there was supposed to be elections on that day, and now that it's been postponed, I think, yeah, I'm just going to be home, like, patiently enjoying myself.
But I think in the few days leading up to Valentine's, most people are typically last-minute shoppers for these things. I haven't bought anything yet, so I'm sure in the next couple of days I'll probably have to click on something on Supermarts to get my gifts.
After the country's independent National Electoral Commission shifted Nigeria's polls to March 28th and governorships to April 11th, Nigerians have become clearly divided on how to spend Valentine's Day.
I'm actually disappointed with the postponement of the elections, but we move on to the postponed dates and we'll be fine, I would have my Valentine's like just another day. It wouldn't make any difference.
Aside from being the most romantic time of the year, Valentine's Day in Nigeria is perceived to be a very expensive time of the year. Conservative estimates put the spending on Valentine's Day at around 350 billion for Nigeria alone. But given that the day was to also be Elections Day, we wanted to find out how that had affected Nigerians' plans and whether it had affected shopping patterns in the country.
This year, because of the election set on the Valentine's Day, the spirits were a little bit dampened. So we're looking, for example, in our restaurants, okay, up to last week, we didn't have any reservations at all, and even when we were calling the people that patronized us last year to make reservations for this year, they were finding excuses, I'm not going to be around, we don't know what's happening with curfew, we don't know what might happen with post-election violence and things like that.
Prior to the postponement of the election, we were seeing actually significantly larger basket sizes. In some cases, up to 3-4 times what would normally be an average basket size. We interpreted that to be due to one of two reasons. Okay, either because people were stocking up on items in anticipation of the elections, or because of the fact that it was just post-payday, so people were actually shopping. But even then, if you compare that to other paydays, the basket sizes were significantly about 3-4 times, like I mentioned.
The time limit is the time frame is too small for people to reactivate what they were planning to do. We were planning before a big event on Valentine's Day with international artists who had to cancel because the artists were not willing to come with the uncertainty that we're facing. So now that the elections have been postponed, of course, the time frame was too small for us to reactivate things like that. But the restaurants look good, and hopefully people will come out and celebrate St. Valentine's.
After the announcement, what we've seen is a return to more normal basket sizes, but we're also seeing an uptick in Valentine's purchases. We're expecting a significant increase over the next couple of days in the run-up to the Valentine's Day.
As Valentine's Day draws closer, the focus of Nigerians shifts from the postponed elections back to the celebration of love, as retailers look forward to cashing on the last-minute boom in sales. Uwana, Ekpat, CNBC Africa.